Low-key lighting is a common convention used in many psychological thrillers and just thrillers in general. As you can see in The Black Swan, low-key lighting is an element they grasp in their psychological thriller. As you can see in our opening sequence, we also use this convention in order to help us build suspense and to create an overall desired tone to our sequence. Furthermore, props are normally key aspects in psychological thrillers, as they are normally used to create clues that can be related to the rest of the film. As you can see, the use of Polaroid photographs in this scene are key indications into what may happen near the ending of the film. We have also used this convention in our opening sequence to give clues to the rest of the film, or to what the film may be about or show. This scene is used to give a clue into our protagonist's life. Also, our use of posters is used to further give clues into the protagonist's life. Moreover, the setting of a psychological thriller often are based within a building of some kind, which you can see here in Black Swan. This is because it is a common convention of psychological thriller, a convention we use in our own opening sequence as we set ours in a theatre with a stage to make the audience understand the character a bit more. Music is a key part of any psychological thriller, as tense music and eerie sounds are very common conventions in thrillers in a general sense. This is why we decided to stick to this convention, as we used eerie sounds in order to establish the disconcerting atmosphere we were hoping to create in our opening sequence. This is a convention we developed as we wish to use this as one of our main ways of creating the feel of a common psychological thriller whilst keeping our opening sequence unique, as it gives a unique take on thrillers and the psychological thriller in general. And furthermore, the most conventional shot types that are used in psychological thrillers are the mid-shot and the close-up. These are commonly used because it helps the audience relate to the character, as they can see the emotion and the tension in the characters' faces. Here you can see that the audience would be able to read the protagonist's emotion clearly, making them feel more attached to the scene. Shot types was another convention we chose to develop more so than others, as it was an important aspect of making our opening sequence link more to the genre. In our opening sequence, we also challenge conventions such as our use of high-key lighting. We use this to create a contrast that foreshadows future conflict in the film. Furthermore, opening sequences commonly have establishing shots to show general geographical setting of the film. We challenge this convention in order to convey an inner struggle that might befall the protagonist in the film. In our opening sequence, we introduced our protagonist. We wanted to represent him as dedicated but also mysterious. The mysterious part was very important to our opening sequence, as it helps to incorporate the mystery of a magician and their tricks. We use mise-en-scène as our key way to share with the audience as much of the character's life as possible. As you can see here, we use posters in order to hint at the character's importance and gave a little information that he is a performer. We also use props such as playing cards, as this is often used by magicians and should also foreshadow to our audience what the film may hold. We chose to make our protagonist wear a casual costume. This is because we were trying to show the audience that he was training for a performance but not actually on one. However, we did hint at his costume when he was performing, as you can see here. Much like other psychological thrillers, our setting told a lot about our character. Black Swan's setting told you a lot about their main character, such as emphasizing the job role. We did a similar thing with our setting, as we set it in a stage which suggests to the audience that our character is some kind of performer. Our protagonist's actions were also important in our opening sequence. As you can see here, the character is practicing for a performance, showing the audience that he is dedicated and passionate about what he does. Our protagonist represents a young white male from the lower class who has worked hard to get where he was. This can be seen through the fact that he stays after hours to practice for his shows. However, his class can still be seen through his costume, as the lower class are stereotyped to wear more casual clothing. As you can see, the mise-en-scène is a key asset at representing our character, mainly through costume, but also through sound. With the reaction shows the audience he is not well spoken like an upper class individual would be.